Good morning. Today we're going to try something a little bit new, a little bit different. We're going to be exploring academic textbooks, university level. And the resources I'm using are from this website, OpenStax, and they provide free material. All of this is free. So if you want to follow along, you can find the textbooks on this website, OpenStax. Okay, well, the way that we're going to do this is first we're just going to read short passages from the actual textbook. We're going to start with business, and then computer science, and then what was the other one? Philosophy. Okay, so we're going to read through just a brief section, a couple of pages of this book, but we're not going to spend too much time on it. We'll stop and talk about interesting vocabulary words as we find them. And then I've asked ChatGPT to summarize it in very simple English. So if you don't fully understand what's written in the textbook, don't worry, because we're going to read a simple version after we read the complete version. And if I have any volunteers, you can, if you want to volunteer, you can join my Discord group. The link is in the description. And if I have any volunteers, I will have the volunteers read the summarized paragraphs so we can work on pronunciation. And then we'll pick a couple of key words to practice once we're finished. So we'll do that with each subject, all right? So if you're in Discord, my Discord, I'm going to turn on the audio in my Discord. So you can volunteer, and just the first two people, as usual, the first two people to say pick me are the two people who I will work with. Okay, so I probably won't get any volunteers right now because this is not my normal time. But if you want to, please volunteer. It will be fun. Okay, so we're starting with business. Actually, what is the name of the book? Introduction to Business. Okay, and we're just going to read the first section, just a few pages. Let me go back here. Oh boy. I think, where does it start? I had this all set up. Okay, the nature of business. Oh, do I hear a volunteer? Oh, Alex is here. He says he wants to practice. Great, Alex. First, we're just going to read through the pages, just one or two pages. And then when we get to the summarized version, you can join in and we'll read it together, and then we'll practice some of the vocabulary words. All right, the nature of business. How do businesses and not-for-profit organizations help create our standard of living? You know, I've heard that term not-for-profit or non-profit many times. I don't know what it means. I'm hoping they're going to define it here, so I'm not going to look it up right now. So here, let's start with number one. How do businesses and not-for-profit organizations help create our standard of living? And I think they'll define standard of living too. So don't worry if you don't know what it is. Take a moment to think about the many different types of businesses you come in contact with on a typical day. As you drive to class, you may stop at a gas station. This is part of a major national oil company, and grab lunch. Oh wait, I thought I heard somebody else on here. Okay, and grab lunch. You know, we use that word grab. Grab just means you take something with your hands and you bring it into your possession. We always talk about grabbing food. That means something quick. Let's go grab lunch. That means let's go grab. Let's go grab lunch. That means let's go have a quick lunch. Whenever you say grab food, grab something to eat, that implies it's very quick. It's a pretty informal thing to say. So grab lunch from a fast food chain such as Taco Bell or McDonald's or the neighborhood pizza place. Need more cash? You can do your banking on a smartphone or other device via mobile apps. You don't even have to visit the store anymore. Well, I think I've got to make a list here of words to practice, and I think that via is a good word to practice, so let's put via here. Via just means this is how you do it. This is the way in which you do it. Via, if you've ever been to Italy, that's what they call a road. A road is via this, via that. So the road you take to do something. How do they use it here? Where did it go? Need more cash? You can do your banking on a smartphone or other device via mobile apps. So the way that you can access your money, the road that you can take to access your money is mobile apps. You don't even have to visit the store anymore. Online shopping brings the stores to you, offering everything from clothes to food to furniture and concert tickets. A business is an organization that strives. We've had that word strive before. That means work really hard towards something or work towards an objective. So the objective of an organization is to make money. It strives for a profit. Its objective is to make money. It strives for money. It strives for a profit. By providing goods and services desired by its customers. Businesses meet the needs of consumers by practical medical care, autos, and countless other goods and services. Goods are tangible items. Tangible, I think, is a good word to practice here. Tangible. So goods just mean things that you buy and sell. Tangible. And tangible means something you can touch. Let's see. Let's see if my definition is any good. Tangible meaning. Yeah, something that you can touch. Let's see. I think they're going to compare that. Goods are tangible items. Goods are things that you can touch, things you hold in your hand, manufactured by businesses, such as laptops. Services are intangible. So services are things that you cannot touch. Let's see what kind of examples that they give. Offerings of businesses that can't be held, touched, or stored. Physicians means doctor. It's the type of doctor that has to do with your body, not the other kind of doctor. So physicians are specifically doctors who work with your body. Lawyers, hairstylists, car washes, and airlines all provide services. Businesses also serve other organizations such as hospitals, retailers, and governments by providing machinery, goods for resale, computers, and thousands of other items. Thus, businesses thus means like in this way. Well, I don't think that's a very good definition of thus. We better confirm that. As a result, oh, it says in this way. Yeah, that was a pretty good definition, I guess. So, in this way, thus, businesses create the goods and services that are the basis of our standard of living. The standard of living of any country is measured by the output of goods and services. Output means what you produce, it's pretty self-explanatory, put out into the world. So let's see, standard of living of any country is measured by the output of goods, how much the country produces, and the services people can buy with the money they have. The United States has one of the highest standards of living in the world, although several countries, such as Switzerland and Germany, have higher average wages than the United States. Their standards of living aren't higher because prices are much higher. As a result, the same amount of money buys less in those countries. For example, in the United States, we can buy an extra value meal at McDonald's for less than $5. I don't think that's true anymore. While in another country, a similar meal might cost as much as 10. So I don't really go to fast food restaurants, but I read in the news that it's very expensive now. So maybe that means that the standard of living is decreasing in the United States. Businesses play a key role in determining our quality of life by providing jobs and goods and services to society. Quality of life refers to the general level of human happiness based on such things as life expectancy. Life expectancy means how long can you expect to live? Do people in your country usually die at 60 or 70 or 80? If you have a high life expectancy, that means that you can live to a very old age. And if you have a low life expectancy, that means people die much younger, maybe 40 or 50 or something like that. Life expectancy, educational standards, health, sanitation. Sanitation means being clean. How clean is it? And leisure time. Leisure means relax. Building a high quality of life is a combined effort of business, government, and not-for-profit organizations. In 2017, Vienna, Austria ranked highest in quality of life, followed by Zurich, Switzerland, Auckland, New Zealand, and Munich, Germany. It may come as a surprise that not one of the world's top cities is in the United States. 7 of the top locations are in Western Europe. 2 are in Australia or New Zealand, and 1 is in Canada. At the other end of the scale, Baghdad, Iraq, is the city scoring the lowest on the annual survey. Creating a quality of life is not without risks, however. Risk is the potential to lose time and money or otherwise not be able to accomplish an organization's goals. Without enough blood donors, for example, the American Red Cross faces the risk of not meeting the demand for blood by victims of disaster. Businesses such as Microsoft face the risk of falling short of their revenue. When you fall short, this is your goal here, but this is where you are. So you're short, you're falling short. Risk is the potential to lose time and money or otherwise not be able to accomplish an organization's goals. Without enough blood donors, for example, the American Red Cross faces the risk of not meeting the demand for blood by victims of disaster. Businesses such as Microsoft face the risk of falling short of their revenue and profit goals. Revenue is the money a company receives by providing services or selling goods to a customer. Remember, goods are tangible. Goods are things that you can touch, that a business sells. Revenue is the money a company receives by providing services or selling goods to customers. Costs are expenses for rent, salaries, supplies, transportation, and many other items that a company incurs from creating and selling goods and services. For example, some of the costs incurred by Microsoft in developing its software include expenses for salaries, facilities, and advertising. If Microsoft has money left over after it pays all of its costs, it has a profit. So the costs are the things that the company must spend to do business. Rent, what did it say? Rent, salary, facilities, advertising, those are the costs. And anything left after the costs is considered a profit. That's the money that you've made from it. A company whose costs are greater than revenues shows a loss. When a company such as Microsoft uses its resources intelligently, it can often increase sales, hold costs down. When you hold costs down, you try to keep the cost low so you make more money. When you hold something down, you try to keep it low and earn a profit. Not all companies earn profits, but that's the risk of being in business. In the US business today, there's generally a direct relationship between risks and profit. The greater the risks, the greater the potential for profit or loss. Companies that take too conservative a stance may lose out. Stance, that comes from the same word as stand. It really means position. So companies that take too conservative a position may lose out to more nimble competitors. Now that's an interesting word, nimble. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick. I don't know how to define that word. Let's ask good old ChatGPT. Pythonicness says, sorry that, well, don't worry. Do you want to volunteer? David, right? Is that David? Or, no, wait. No, Pythonicus, that's Antonio, Montana or something like that, right? Uh, the word nimble means quick or light in movement. So being very quick. Maybe that would be the best way to define that. Let's see. Where was that? Companies that take too conservative a stance, a position, may lose out to more nimble, more quick competitors who react quickly to the changing business environment. Take Sony, for example, the Japanese electronics giant. Jagnath says hello. Thank you for joining, Jagnath. We still need one more volunteer. We're almost finished, and then we'll need some volunteers. Oh, Antonio Montana, that's right. Sony missed. Oh, wait, let me go back. The Japanese electronics giant, once a leader in its Walkman music player and Trinitron televisions, steadily lost ground and profits over the past 2 decades to other companies by not embracing new technologies, such as the digital music format and flat panel TV screens. Sony misjudged what the market wanted and stayed with proprietary technologies rather than create cross-platform options for customers. Cross-platform, how would you define that? I've heard that before, but I'm not a business person, so I don't know. Let's see what the definition is. Let's see. Cross-platform refers to something that can work across multiple operating systems, devices, or software environments. It's commonly used in technology to describe software apps or tools that function on different platforms without requiring significant changes. So maybe something that works on a Mac but also on Windows would be cross-platform. Apple, at the time an upstart in personal music devices, quickly grabbed the lion's share of digital music market. The lion's share, that means like the biggest portion. I wonder if we look at a picture, what kind of pictures would we get if we type lion's share? Oh no, it's I guess the best way to think of it is if you imagine, all the, all the animals, see all the animals in the jungle, they don't get as much as the lion because the lion's big and strong and scary, so he takes everything. That's the lion's share. Apple, at the time an upstart in personal music devices. Jagnnath says carnivorous. Well, carnivorous, carne means meat, and that vor part means eater. So the word carnivorous just means meat eater. It doesn't really mean anything more than that. It doesn't mean aggression or taking the most. It just means somebody that eats meat. Herbivore is the opposite. An herbivore is like a vegetarian. Carnivore and herbivore. By 2016, by 2016, Sony restructured its business portfolio and has experienced substantial success with its PlayStation 4 gaming console and original gaming content. Okay, that was it for the business part. All right, so now what we'll do is we're going to go to Alex. Are you ready? Because now we're going to practice talking. If anybody else wants to join, we can still use one more person. So this is a summary. Okay, this is a summary of what we just read, but it's in much simpler English and it's very short. Okay, and let's see. So, Alex, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah,
How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Yourself good?
That's good. Okay. Can you see on the screen, Alex?
Yeah, nature of business. Yeah,
Is it okay? Can you read it all right?
yeah, I can.
Okay, what is the
What
title of
the nature of business?
the nature of business? Let's see. You're a little bit. Let me see if I can increase your volume. Okay. Can you talk again?
Yeah, the nature of businesses.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay.
Yeah, that was my fault. I was putting the podium down there. Yeah, that was my fault. That's okay. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Let's read up to standard of living. But now we've worked together a lot. So you already know that there's some words that will pop out and be bigger without me
Mhm.
telling you which words or examining which words. Can you just try to read it with on your own?
Okay. Businesses and not-for-profit organizations help improve our standard of living by providing goods and services.
Oh, now
Bus-
you sound much better. You just changed something and now you sound really good. So try to
just, just,
try. Hello.
just if you give me a second, yeah, I know where the problem now. Just give me a second.
Okay. Businesses and not-for-profit organizations help improve our standard of living by providing goods and services. So remember, goods are tangible. That means something that you can touch. And services are things that a business sells that you can't touch. So if you go to the doctor, that's a service. He's not selling a good unless they sell you some medicine. Then that's a good, I suppose. And let's see, businesses make things we use, like laptops or cars, and provide services like medical care and banking. Services are things you can't touch, like haircuts or airline trips. Businesses also sell to other businesses, like hospitals or stores, by providing tools and products. These goods and services allow people to live better lives and measure their standard of living. Just let me know when you're back, Alex. The quality of life is about happiness and comfort.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you read this?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is it any better?
I think it's better. Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
read the next
You
phrase.
want me?
Yes.
Okay. The quality of life is about happiness and comfort,
Okay.
including good health, education, and free time.
Okay. But let's pay attention to the big sounds. Okay. So if you just read the up to the word is, the quality of life is, just read that.
Okay, the quality of life is.
Okay. Is life a big sound or a little sound?
Life is. Yeah, I think life is a big sound.
And
The quality of life is.
quality of life is. Say it like that.
Mhm. The quality of life is.
The quality of life is, and what are the next? What are the final parts of the phrase there?
Is about happiness and comfort.
Okay.
Well, I think happiness and comfort is what we're going to.
Happiness and comfort, right? Okay. Read
Mm.
up to health.
Okay. The quality of life is about happiness and comfort, include God's health,
Okay.
including good health.
Including good health. So all of those have big sounds in them, including good health.
Including good health. Yeah.
Okay. Read up to free time.
All right. The quality of life is about happiness and comfort, including good health, education, and free time.
Can you say that again? Education and free time.
Education and free time.
Okay.
And the free.
Now you have those two words, free and time. You always see them together, right? Those two words always
Mhm.
go together. So it's good to emphasize the first word and not so much the second word. Free time.
Mhm. Free time.
Mm.
Yeah.
But you're putting a lot of emphasis on time. Don't do that. Just free time.
Okay. Free time.
Hmm. So good health, education, and free time.
Good health, education, and free time.
Okay, can you read from businesses to not-for-profit groups?
Businesses, governments, and non-for-profit groups.
Okay, let's read work together to improve this.
Mhm. Please.
Can you read it?
So, do you want me to start from businesses, governments?
Uh,
Okay. Businesses. Yes.
just I've lost my place. Work together to improve this. Just that.
Yeah.
Work together to improve this.
Work together to improve this. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, let's read to risk. However,
Work together to improve this. However, businesses face risks.
okay. However, businesses face risks. Uh-huh.
However, businesses face risk.
Okay, and we'll do from like to enough.
Okay. Like losing money if they don't sell enough. If
Okay,
they don't sell enough. Yeah.
like losing money if they don't sell enough.
Losing money if they don't sell enough.
Okay, let's go from a company to the word loss.
A company that spends more money than it makes, it will have a loss.
Okay, that's good. Uh, read from but to well.
Okay, but if it manages money well,
If it manages its money well.
but if it's manages its money well, yeah.
If it manages its money well.
It's but if it manages its money well,
You hear that? How it's but if it it's nothing. It's just a little phrase, a little sound. But if it manages its money well.
but if it manages money well,
You keep missing the word it's money well. It's money well.
okay. But if it's manages its money well,
Okay. And then read up to profit.
it will make a profit.
Okay. How would you say it and will usually?
It'll make a profit.
It'll, it'll, it'll. It'll make
It'll make a profit. Yeah.
it'll make a profit. So just the words make and profit are important. Make a profit. It'll make a
It will make a profit.
but we'll
It
go
will make a profit. Yeah.
but because profit is at the end of the phrase, we'll go down. It'll make a profit.
It'll make a profit.
Can you go down? Profit.
Profit.
It,
It will make a profit.
it'll make a profit.
It'll make a profit.
Okay, can you read the final sentence?
Businesses like Sony have succeeded and failed depending on how they adapt to the market.
Okay, now there are two words. There's the word adopt, like this,
Mhm.
and then there's the word adapt, which is like this. It's so small. Let me get that bigger. You see the two words on the screen?
Adapt and adapt.
What's the difference between adopt and adapt?
I know adapt to something is mean to like if you adapt to something means you be able to adjust yourself or to fit to something.
Yeah, it's sort of like to change in order to survive or do better.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
what is adopt?
Adopt. It has anything with adoption like.
Uh, well, adoption is the noun form, but it
Mhm.
means like to take something, to incorporate something. So, like,
Okay.
if
Okay.
parents adopt a child, that means it's not their child, but they say, okay, I will take
Adopt. Yeah.
like my own child. But you can adopt an attitude, like take a new attitude. Like, Alex, you have a very bad attitude. You need to adopt a better attitude. What does that mean?
How do you know that?
I'm just kidding. But what does that?
I'm joking. Yeah. That means you change your behaviors.
Yeah,
You need to.
you have to take new behavior. You have to change it to
Yeah.
new behavior. Okay. So this is adapt. How do they use it here?
Yeah. Adopt and adapt.
So what does that mean to adapt to the market?
To adjust itself to the market or to be to do what the market requires to win the situation, if I
Yeah,
get on you.
in order to survive.
Hmm.
Okay, let's take a look. Let's read up to rewards.
In businesses,
Mhm.
higher risks can mean bigger rewards.
Okay, in business,
In business,
higher.
in business,
Mhm. Do you know what I'm noticing? That a lot of times the adjectives will be in a high tone, and then the next word will be in a low tone. So higher risks, higher risks. Can you hear how higher is a higher tone and risks is a little bit lower?
mhm.
Higher risks. Can you try it like that?
Higher risks
Okay. Uh, read the whole sentence again up to rewards.
in businesses, higher risks can mean bigger rewards.
Okay. Bigger rewards. Again, you make the
Bigger
adjective a little
rewards.
bit higher and then the next word a little bit lower. Bigger rewards.
Bigger, bigger rewards.
Higher risks. Can you try that?
Higher risks,
Higher risk.
higher risks
Oh,
can mean bigger rewards.
okay, but go down with rewards. Bigger rewards.
Bigger rewards.
Higher risks can mean bigger rewards.
Higher risks can mean bigger rewards.
Okay. And then can you read but to losses?
But they can also mean bigger losses.
Okay. Bigger losses. Go up and then down. Bigger losses.
Bigger losses.
You have higher risks. Can you say it?
Higher risks.
Bigger.
Okay. Higher risks. bigger rewards,
Go down with rewards. Bigger rewards.
bigger rewards,
Hmm. Bigger losses.
bigger losses.
Okay. Read the whole sentence again. In business, higher risks can mean bigger rewards, but they can also mean bigger losses.
In business, higher risks can mean bigger rewards, but they can also mean bigger losses.
Losses go down. Losses.
Losses,
Hmm.
bigger losses.
All right, let's read to companies to their customers.
Companies must understand what their customers.
Want. It should be want also.
Yes, so, okay. Companies must be understanding what their customers want.
Okay, companies must understand
Companies must understand
what their customers want.
what their customers want
Okay, and then what is the final part of the sentence?
and be ready to adapt.
And be ready to adapt. Okay. Uh,
And be ready to adapt. Yeah.
all right. Let's read up to technology.
Okay. For example, Sony lost money by not embracing new technology.
Okay. Do you know that word embracing?
Yeah, to embrace something means to give him more important, or to put him in, to
Hmm.
give him more value, or to put him in
Do,
to put him in your priorities, like
that comes from Latin and it means to hug. It means to hug something.
yeah.
So when it says like embrace new technology, that means like to hug new, like love it.
To prefer it, or to give it yeah, to be in your priorities, if you
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
mm.
okay. So Sony lost money by not embracing new technology. Can you read that again?
Sony lost money by not embracing new technology.
Okay. Do you think lost is an important word?
Yes.
So
So,
lost money.
because it give it that's the, it's like it's showing them the meaning of the sentence. It's
Can
all about the money they lost.
can you make it sound important in your phrase? Sony lost money.
Okay. Sony lost money by not embracing new technology.
Okay. Uh, and then read up to PlayStation 4. But
Okay. But later succeeded with PlayStation.
PlayStation 4. Hmm.
Oh, PlayStation 4. But later succeeded with PlayStation 4.
Now, PlayStation, that's two words. So which word should get all of the
PlayStation.
PlayStation?
Play.
Hmm.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4.
And then usually if you have a number, that will also become important. So
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 4.
Go, but this is the end of a phrase, so it would be good to give it a low tone at the end. 4.
4.
PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 4. Smart decision to stay successful.
Okay. All right. So that was the summary of what we just read. We read the section from the textbook, and then we read a simple summary of it. And now we have some words to practice. I've got 3 vocabulary words here,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which are
So, yeah.
right here. We've got
Principal revenue. Mhm.
tangible and revenue. Are you are you familiar with all of those words, Alex?
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes.
Okay. So,
Tangible and untangible means something you can see it or touch it. Tangible.
well,
Uh,
tangible means
it's
you can touch it, and
mhm,
intangible means you can't. It's not
mhm.
something that
It's,
you can hold in your hands. Okay. So we're going to practice these vocabulary words in just a minute. I'm going to go dark for a minute while I prepare definitions and some practice sentences. And so just give me 1 or 2 minutes and we will return. Okay.
sure, sure. Take your time. Thanks.
Okay, we're back. Thank you for waiting. Let's see. Are you still there, Alex?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay, good. All right. So these are the vocabulary words that we have today. We've got
yes,
via. You know, I think that comes
yeah.
from the same that's related to the word way. It's a just another version of that. The way
Hmm.
you do something, the way something happens. Okay.
Hmm.
Can you, Alex? Can you read the first number one? What does it say?
The book is tangible, but the story
Oh,
isn't isn't is not. The
o-
story. Sorry. The book is tangible, but the story inside isn't.
okay. I made a mistake. Let me change this.
Sorry. Okay,
I
that's good.
want to keep these in the right order. Okay. Can you
That's good.
can you read number one again?
Getting there. No problem. She sent me a message via email.
Via,
Yeah, okay.
via.
Yeah,
Some people say via, but I don't like that. I prefer to say via. Both would be right. You can say via,
yeah, okay.
via, but I prefer via.
Via, okay.
What does that mean? She sent me the message via email.
By email.
Yeah, by email. It's the way that she did it. Okay.
Mhm.
It, if we just read she sent me the message, what would you say are the words that we should highlight that are important?
Send a message.
Okay, sent and message. Let's
Mhm.
and now message, where's the big sound in that? Message.
Message.
Meh. It's meh. It's meh. Okay. So how does this sound? If those are the big sounds, that means the other sounds are little. How should that sound?
She sent me the message.
She sent me the message.
She sent me the message.
Message. Try to go
Message.
up to down when you say message.
Message.
She sent me the message.
She sent me the message
Okay, and then what are the final two words?
via email.
And are either of those words important via email?
I think, yeah, because it's shown the way she sent the message.
But it is a preposition, and usually prepositions are not something that I mean, you can emphasize any way you want, but probably you wouldn't emphasize via unless somebody didn't understand. Like, oh, did she call you? No, she sent me the message via.
Oh, via email. Yeah,
You,
yeah, got you.
you maybe would emphasize that if there was some confusion, but in a regular neutral sentence, probably not.
Okay,
So email would be a good thing to emphasize.
okay.
What is that's two syllables. Which syllable has all of the sound? Email.
Email.
E.
Mail, I think.
No.
Mail.
Whenever you put the word e in front of something and it means electronic, you always emphasize.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
what other things start with e, like email,
Electronic, electronic, uh, what else?
e e-ticket, like
E-commerce,
if you e
e-ticket. Yeah.
e-ticket, e-commerce, you always make the e very big when e means
Okay, yeah, yeah.
is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
First, clear. Yeah. Thanks.
So she sent me the message via email.
She sent me the message via email.
Okay, she sent me the message via email. So let's add a
She
little.
sent me the message via email. Sorry.
That's okay. So we'll make these. We'll add a little bit of music to this.
Mm.
So we'll make the important sounds high tones, except for the last one because it's the end of a phrase. We'll make that low. She sent me the message via email.
She sent me the message via email.
Can you make a she send me message via uh,
Uh,
DMs?
I, Yeah, yeah. Do you want it as a question, like
Y-
making a question?
Yeah, make a question. She sent me the email via DMs. So it's like direct messages,
Okay,
some apps
okay.
have that.
So how did she send you the message?
Make the yes no question first. Ask DMs.
Did okay. DMs,
Do you know that? DMs, direct messages. I never
direct messages. I know
do. I
DMs. Yes, DMs. DMs.
messages, DMs. And remember that
Mm.
if you have letters, if you're saying letters, it's always the final letter that will get all of the sound. So it's DMs.
DMs.
Yeah. Can you make a
Okay.
yes no question?
Did she send you the message via DMs?
Hmm. Okay, and what is the most important word in that question, do you think?
Did
Probably did because it's a
and
signal that you're making a question. So, did she send me? Did she send me? Or did she send you?
did she send me?
Did she send me the message via DMs?
Did she send me the message via DMs?
How would you answer no to that question?
No, no, she didn't send the message via DMs.
She didn't send me the message via DMs.
She didn't send me the message via DMs.
Can you make a how question?
How did she send you the message or me the message?
Well, whatever. Just pick one. It doesn't matter.
Mhm,
But so if
mhm.
you say, "How did she send me the messages or the message?" Well, what are the most important words in that question?
The question word how? How did she?
How
How
did
did she?
how did she? How did she?
How did she? How did she?
How did she send me?
How did she send me?
How did she send me the message?
How did she send me the message?
That's right. Okay. And what is the answer?
She sent me the message via email.
Okay. Okay, it's not email, but email.
Email.
E
Email.
email. That
Email.
e
Email. Okay.
e-commerce. The e always gets the emphasis in the situation. Okay, let's take a look at number two. So, you've seen that word before, tangible? I didn't think that that was such a common word. Do you deal with that?
I have an accountancy background.
Oh, okay. So that's something that's
So
important for you.
yeah, that's tangible and like non tangible. All the assets are tangible, but
Hmm.
the fame or the service or something is that untangible, something you not touch it.
Yeah. So tangible means something you can touch,
Hmm.
something physical, something you can
You
put in your hand.
can see and touch. Yeah, see
O-
and touch.
Okay. Can you read number two?
The book is tangible, but the story inside isn't.
Okay. Let's just focus on the book is tangible. What are the important words in that phrase?
Book, book, book tangible.
Okay, and where's all the power in tangible?
Tangible.
Tan- Tangible, tangible. Okay, so it sounds like this: the book is tangible.
The book is tangible.
The book is tangible.
The book is tangible.
Okay, uh, now the final phrase. This one seems a little bit tricky. Can you read that?
But the story inside isn't.
Okay, and what would you suppose are the important words in that phrase?
Story
Okay, story.
and that story and I think but as well, but I don't know. But he said before it's a small word.
Uh, inside. It's funny.
Mhm.
This is tricky because inside is a preposition, but here it's kind of like an adjective almost, isn't it? I want to emphasize that. That's why I'm saying this is tricky because I do want to emphasize this word inside.
Okay.
Where's all the sound in that word inside?
Inside, side, inside. Oi.
In,
The eye, the second eye.
inside.
Side.
Inside. Well, let's do side. I think that could go either way, depending. Okay. The story inside is not.
The story inside is not.
Okay. The book is tangible, but the story inside is not.
The book is tangible, but the story inside is not.
Okay. So let's just add a little bit of music. We'll do
Mhm.
high tones. The book, we'll make this low because it's sort of the end of a phrase here. So first we have the
Okay.
book is tangible.
Mhm.
Can you say that?
The book is tangible.
Tangible. Let's make tangible low. The book is tangible.
The book is tangible,
Okay. But the story inside is not.
but the story inside is not.
Okay. The book is tangible, but the story inside is not.
The book is tangible, but the story inside is not.
Okay. Let's see. Can you make a story tangible question? How would you make a story tangible question?
A story tangible question. Okay, what is the the book is the story? I I don't get what you mean with that. Sorry,
Yes,
I'm
no.
a bit confused.
So you're making a
Uh,
story tangible?
okay, is the story inside the book tangible?
Okay, you can make it more complicated if you want, but say it again.
Is the story inside the book is tangible?
Oh, I think you made a mistake. Can you try that again?
Is the story inside the book tangible?
Okay. Is the story and maybe you want to emphasize the word is because it's a signal that you're making a question. Is the story inside the book tangible?
Is the story inside the book tangible?
Okay. And how would you answer no to that question?
Yes, the story inside the book is tangible.
It is?
Yeah. No, it isn't. It
Okay.
isn't. Sorry, sorry. No, it isn't.
Okay. So tell me,
No,
no, the
no, the story inside the book
tangible. Hmm.
isn't tangible. Yeah.
Okay. Can you ask what tangible?
What is tangible inside the book?
Okay. Well, not inside the book, just what is tangible?
Inside, what is tangible? Yeah, what is tangible?
What is tangible? Okay. And so
What is tangible?
uh-huh. And what is your answer?
Okay. Uh, the book is tangible, but the story inside the book isn't.
Okay. And so since you're an accounting guy, then I'm sure you know the next word, right?
Mhm.
What is the next word?
The store made uh, five $500 in revenue from selling shoes.
Oh, from selling shoes. What is revenue?
Selling revenue, your total income,
Okay.
the total income for the company. It's a revenue. It's before the profit before the expenses.
Hmm. Okay. So let's read up to the store made. Can you read the first up to 500? What does that say?
The store made $500.
Okay. What are the important words in that phrase?
The store made and 500 because 500 is a numbers,
So all three
as
words.
we said before.
Store made 500.
The store made 500. A store and 500.
I think the store made $500. I think
Made.
I think that we can just. It's not good to emphasize too many words. It sounds a little bit
Mhm.
if you emphasize too many words. So I think that we don't have to say store, or we don't have
Okay.
to emphasize store.
Okay. The store made 500.
And in this phrase, $500, what do you think we should emphasize?
Oh, $500. I think dollars will emphasize it.
Okay, and where's all the power in that word dollars?
Dollars.
Dollars. So,
Do- dollars. The first. Uh, hmm.
and let me just try something here. The store made $500. The store made five
the,
hundred dollars.
the store made $500.
Five. I think we would probably want to emphasize the word five a little bit.
Okay, $500. Yeah,
$500.
$500.
Whoops. What am
Okay.
I? Okay. So let's try that. We've got the store made $500.
The store made $500.
Okay. And then in the final phrase, in revenue from selling shoes, which words are important?
Revenue selling shoes. No, I think revenue and shoes.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that. I think those would be the best. Where now that word revenue, where is all the sound?
Revenue, revenue. The second E,
Okay, listen to me say the word revenue.
revenue. So the first E,
Yeah, the first syllable,
mm,
Okay.
revenue, yeah,
Revenue from selling shoes.
revenue, okay, revenue from selling shoes.
The store made $500 in revenue from selling shoes.
The store made $500 in revenue from selling shoes.
Okay, we'll add a little bit of music.
Hmm.
So we'll make this, we'll give high tones to these words, except I think we'll consider this one phrase and we'll go down here and say, so this sounds like the store made $500
The store made $500.
in revenue. Whoops.
Okay,
In revenue from selling shoes. We'll go down with
and,
shoes.
and revenue from selling shoes.
The store made $500 in revenue from selling shoes.
The store made $500 in revenue from selling shoes.
Can you make a store make $1 million? Question.
Did the store make $1 million?
Okay. In revenue from selling shoes, do the whole thing.
And yeah, and revenue from selling shoes.
Make the whole question. Did the store?
Did the store made $1 million in revenue from selling shoes?
Okay, but you made a mistake. Can you try that again?
Did the store make $1 million in revenue from selling shoes?
Okay. And how would you answer no to that question?
No, the store didn't make $1 million in revenue from selling shoes.
How much store make? Question.
How much did the store make in revenue from selling shoes?
Okay. And in your question, how much did the store make in revenue from selling shoes? What would be some of the most important words?
How much?
Okay.
How much did?
How much did the? How much did the?
How much did the?
How much did the store make?
How much did the store make?
How much did the store make in revenue?
How much did the store make in revenue?
How much did the store make in revenue from selling shoes?
How much did the store make in revenue from selling shoes?
And what is the answer?
The store made $500 in revenue from selling shoes.
Okay. Well, I thought we would do three subjects today, but I think we can only do two because this took me an hour and a half. So, what we'll do now is what is the next one here? So we're finished with business, and now we're going to do
Mhm.
computer science. Okay,
Yes.
so this ought
Yes.
to be interesting. I'm very bad at this sort of thing. So,
I have a little background in computers, so I might be a little help,
oh, that's
a
good.
little bit of help.
I think I was looking at the whole book, and it seems to get extremely complicated. But the beginning's easy, at least. Let's see.
Mhm.
Let's let's go here. So the first thing that we're going to do is just let me close this. I've got too many windows open. Uh, so first, we're going to read a passage, just a couple of pages from this university textbook on computer science. If I can find it. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay, and then I don't know if you want to stay around, Alex, to practice more, but we'll do
Sure,
the same thing with
sure, sure,
we'll do the same thing with
sure.
computer science in a minute.
Sure.
Okay, great. So
I'll put myself on silent until you're finished, and
yeah,
then
then we'll do
okay.
the same thing that we did, but we'll do it with computer science. But let me just
Sure, sure, sure.
find this and let's see. Okay, I think this is where we started. No, here it is, 1.1. Okay, so I'm just going to take a 1 minute break. I'll be right back, and then we're going to read a couple of pages from this computer science textbook, and then we'll summarize it with something brief and simple, but still keeping the key words, and then we'll practice some of the important words. Okay, so I'll be right back.
Sure.
Don't go away.
Take your time.
All right, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. So now we're going to read a few pages from this computer science textbook, just the beginning, and then we'll read a summary of it in very simple English, and then we'll practice some of the vocabulary words. Learning objectives. By the end of this section, you'll be able to discuss the history that led to the creation of computer science as a field, define computer science, access what computer science can do, as well as what it should not do. The field of computer science is the study of computing, which includes all phenomena. Phenomena is a funny word. That means like happenings or things that happen or occurrences. Let's see. Let's ask ChatGPT to help us with that word. I can never spell this word. It's difficult. I think it's a Greek word. Phenomena. Phenomena. That might be a good word to practice today. It's hard to spell, hard to say. Phenomenon. Things that are observed to happen, often unusual, interesting, or remarkable. Events. Let's say that it's another word for events. And I think I'll make that one of our words today. Phenomenon. I can. Okay. The field of computer science is the study of computing, which includes all phenomena, all events, all things that happen related to computers, such as the internet. With foundations in engineering and mathematics, computer science focuses on studying algorithms. An algorithm is a sequence of precise instructions that enables computing. So enables, that means makes it possible, that makes computing possible. So an algorithm is a sequence of instructions that make computing possible, that enables computing. This includes components, computer use to computers used to process information. By studying and applying algorithms, computer science creates applications and solutions that impact all areas of society. Impact just means like effect, that affects all areas of society. For example, computer science developed the program that enable online shopping. That means make it happen, give it the possibility of happening. That make online shopping happen. Texting with friends, streaming music, and other technological processes. While computers are common today, they weren't always as pervasive. That word pervasive means everywhere. You can find it everywhere. How did they use it here? While computers are common today, they weren't always this pervasive. That means they weren't always everywhere. They were rare. They were difficult to find. For those whose lives have been shaped by computer technology, it can sometimes seem like computer technology is ahistorical. Uh, if something is historical, that means it has a history. And if you put the word a, we were just talking about putting the letter e in front of things, meaning, you say email, you emphasize the e, or e-commerce, you emphasize the e, and it always means electronic. You can put that a in front of something, and let's get a definition of what that really means. I think it kind of means like not historical, but uh, let's check that out. I'm asking ChatGPT, what does a mean in front of ahistorical? Not. Yeah, it just means not. I thought so. I just wanted to be sure. But just like you emphasize the E in email and e-commerce and e-ticket, you emphasize the A in a word like this when A means not. Ahistorical. You have to say that really big. Oh, I've lost my place. While computers are common today, they weren't always this pervasive. For those whose lives have been shaped by computer technology, it can sometimes seem like computer technology is ahistorical, not historical. Computing often focuses on rapid innovation and improvement. Innovation, you have that word nova in the middle, that means new. So innovation means something that's brand new, something that's interesting and unique and new. And improvement, wasting no time looking back and reflecting on the past. Yet, the foundations of computer science defined over 50 and as much as 100 years ago very much shape what is possible with computing today. The early history of computing. The first computing devices were not at all like the computers that we know today. They were physical calculation devices such as an abacus. There's a picture of an abacus below. We'll look at it in a minute. Which first appeared in many societies across the world thousands of years ago. They allowed people to tally. Tallying means adding things together. To tally, to count, or to add numbers. Maybe we'll make tally a vocabulary word today. That's kind of an interesting word. Today, abaci, that's the plural for abacus, are still used in some situations, such as helping small children learn basic arithmetic, keeping score in games, and as a calculating tool for people with visual impairments. Impairment means an inability or a problem with something. So if you're visually impaired, visual means seeing, visually impaired means can't see. It doesn't mean can't see completely, but maybe having problems seeing. However, abaci are not common today because of the invention of number systems such as the Arabic number system 0, 1, 2, 3, which included 0 and place values that cannot be computed with abaci. The concept of an algorithm was also invented around this time. Algorithms use inputs and a finite number of steps to carry out arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So an algorithm use inputs. So you put in the information, you add the information, and a finite number of steps. Maybe you're familiar with the word infinite. That means there's no finish. You have the word fin in there, and infinite means no finish, no end. That means forever. Could mean forever in space. It could mean forever in time. And finite, which is the opposite. So they're pronounced differently. You have infinite, and then you have finite. Finite means there is an end. You can find the end. So if you have finite steps, that means there's an end to the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Just follow those 5 steps. If you have infinite steps, that means forever. It never finishes. So an algorithm has finite steps. There's an end to it. There's an end to the process, maybe. And produce outputs used in computing. Today's computers still rely on the same foundations of numbers, calculations, and algorithms, except at the scale of billions of numbers and billions of calculations per second. To introduce a concrete example of an algorithm, concrete, the word concrete, it's a material used in building things. Let's look at the word concrete. In case you don't know what that is. It's used a little bit abstractly here. This is concrete. This is the material, concrete. But when people talk about a concrete example, we were just talking about the word tangible. It's a very similar thing, something that you can touch or see, something that's real. So they're about to give us a real life example of what they're trying to explain. To introduce a concrete example of an algorithm, let us consider binary search algorithm, which is used to locate a number in a sorted array of integers efficiently. Oh boy. Let's see. Let's define some of these words. I knew this was going to be hard. Which is used to locate a number in a sorted array. An array is like a selection. But I know that that's a word that people use in computing a lot. array. So it's good to get a, not my definition, but a much better definition. But to me, an array is like a selection. You can see the selection in front of you. A collection or an arrangement of items typically organized in a specific order or pattern, often used in different contexts like mathematics, technology, or general language. Let's think of it like selection. To introduce a concrete example of an algorithm, let us consider a binary search algorithm, which is used to locate a number in a sorted array of integers efficiently. Integers, that's a math term. I know it's a math term, but I'm horrible with math. So let's get a real definition here. I think that just means numbers. Whole numbers that can be positive, negative, or zero. The algorithm operates by repeatedly dividing the search interval in half to perform the search. If the number being searched is less than the integer in the middle of the interval is narrowed to the lower half. In the alternative, the interval is narrowed to the upper half. The algorithm repeatedly checks until the number is found or the interval is empty. Oh boy, that's some pretty confusing stuff. Algorithms may sound complicated, they do, but they can be quite simple. For example, recipes to prepare food are algorithms with precise directions for ingredients, amounts, and the process to combine these, and the temperatures and cooking methods needed to transform the combined ingredients into a specific dish. The dish is the output produced by following the algorithm of a recipe. Okay, I think that's the end of what I chose for reading today. Let me just make sure about that. Yeah, I think so. I think that's where we'll stop. Oh no, maybe we have to read this part too. Let's just do this. It's just half a page. The next major development in the evolution of computing occurred in 1614 when John Napier, a Scottish mathematician, developed logarithms, which express exponents by denoting the power that a number must be raised to obtain another value. Logarithms provide a shortcut for making tedious calculations and became a foundation for multiple analog calculating machines invented during the 1600s. Okay, wait, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me an example of a logarithm because I don't really understand what they're talking about. Oh boy, it's all in math language. Let's see. A logarithm is the power or exponent to which the base number must be raised to produce a given number. B is the base. Well, let me show you what I'm reading. I'm really horrible with numbers and math. This was a bad choice for me. But now I've got to do it. Let's see if I'll ever understand. Let's see. So the key formula, so b is the base of the logarithm, x is the exponent. Where's the x? I don't, okay, the equals x. Wait, y is the result. Okay, if b times x equals y, then log Oh boy, I don't know. Maybe Alex can explain this one. Let's see. we'll we'll enlist his help in a minute. Okay, scientists continue to explore different ways to speed up or automate calculate. Oh wait, you probably can you read this? Let me see. Let's go back. Scientists continue to explore different ways to speed up or automate calculations. In the 1820s, English mathematician Charles Babbage invented the difference engine with the goal of preventing human errors in manual calculations. Manual means by hand, so that's somebody maybe doing a calculation by hand, writing it on a piece of paper. The difference engine provided a means to automate the calculations of polynomial functions and astronomical calculations. You know, when you talk about, like, for example, astronomy is the study of the stars and space. Astronomical means really, really big, big like the universe. And polynomial, poly means many, and nomial, I'm guessing, means names, but I know that's a math term, and I'm not sure what it means. We might as well define it. A mathematical expression made up of variables, constants, and exponents, combined using addition, subtraction, and multiplication. The exponents on the variables must be whole numbers, non-negative integers. Okay. Babbage followed the difference engine with his invention of the analytical engine. With assistance from Ada Lovelace, the analytical engine was program controlled and included features like an integrated memory and arithmetic logic unit. Lovelace used punched cards to create sequencing instructions that could be ready by the analytical engine to automatically perform the calculation included in the programming code. With her work on the analytical engine, Lovelace became the world's first computer programmer. I just want to show you what a punch card is. Punch, you probably know the word punch, which is like this. That's a punch. It's like a hit. And so a punch card, see, it's a card, but they put holes in it. And you know, you use that for like, it used to be when you go to work, you would have a card, and then you would put the card into a clock, and then you would make a hole or make a stamp on the card, and that's called punching in. So a lot of they don't use that anymore probably, but people still talk about punching in and punching out. That means when you officially start work, you punch in, and when you leave, you punch out. Wait, let's see. Punch card for time clock. I don't know if you I don't know if you have this in your country, but we used to have this. You have this special clock, and then you would put the card in there, and then it would make a stamp saying the time. That's punching in and punching out. I don't know if they people still do that. Probably not. Oh, time to punch out and go home. The next major development in computing occurred in the 1800s when Herman Hollerith, an employee of the U.S. Census Office, developed a machine that could punch cards and count them. In 1890, Hollerith's invention was used to tabulate. Tabulate means to add up. and prepare statistics for the US Census. By the end of the 1800s and leading into the early 1900s, calculators, adding machines, typewriters, and related machines became more commonplace, setting the stage for the invention of the computer. In the 1940s, multiple computers became available, including IBM's Harvard Mark I. These were the forerunners to the advent. Forerunner means the thing that happened before, or the thing that happened before something else. So the forerunners to the advent of digital computers. These were the things that caused digital computers, that came before digital computers in the 1950s, which changed everything and evolved into the computers and related technology we have today. Around this time, computer science emerged as an academic discipline rooted in the principles of mathematics, situated primarily in elite institutions, and funded by demand from the military for use in missile guidance systems, airplanes, and other military applications. As computers could execute programs faster than humans, computer science replaced human powered calculation with computer powered calculation problem solving. In this way, the earliest academic computer scientists envisioned computer science as a discipline that was far more intellectual and cognitive compared to the manual calculation work that preceded it. Richard Bellman was a significant contributor to this effort, a mathematics professor at Princeton and later at Stanford in the 1940s. Bellman later went to work for the Rand Corporation, where he studied the theory of multi-stage decision processes. In 1953, Bellman invented dynamic programming, which is a mathematical optimization methodology and a technique for computer programming. With dynamic programming, complex problems are divided into more manageable subproblems. Each subproblem is solved, and the results are stored, ultimately resulting in a solution to the overall complex problem. With this approach, Bellman helped revolutionize computer programming and enable computer science to become a robust field. Oh boy, that is already quite technical. Okay, that was the end of this section. So now what we're going to do is Alex is going to join us again, and we're going to read a summary of this, hopefully easier to understand, and we'll focus on accent reduction. So let me find the summary. Where did I put it? This is it. Okay, here's our summary. The early history of computing. Okay, Alex, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's start on the summary version. What did you think of that? Was that
Okay.
easy to understand or difficult to understand?
Look, the computer terminology is, they use some words just completely,
So
very annoying. But apart from these words, it's very understandable.
it's very understandable. Okay. Oh, I forgot to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Apart from the some terminologies, you find it very hard to understand. But the other, let's say,
I forgot to show you the picture of the abacus. I don't know how. I've never used one of these. I've seen them before, but I don't really know how they're used. Have you ever used an abacus before?
no way, no,
No. Yeah, I don't know
no.
how they work, but I've seen them many times before.
Yeah, I can look them up later. I will look them up later and find out about them later.
But have you seen that before? Have you ever seen that?
No, no, no,
No.
no, no.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Oh, well. Okay, but that's the abacus. All right. So let's read the let's read up to the word
Mm.
device. Can you read up to the word devices?
Okay. The early history of computing.
Okay,
The first
but
computing device.
but you know you've got ear. This is your ear. That's spelled ear, ear. But when you pronounce this word, it's just
Uh,
early,
early,
early.
early, yeah,
Yeah.
early.
So it's not early, but early.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
can you
the early history.
go ahead?
Sorry, yeah.
Go ahead, read it.
The early history of computing. The first computing devices.
Okay, let's stop there. Read that first phrase again. The first.
The first computing devices.
Okay. It's really important because I think the first time you read it, you said something like the first. It was hard to understand that word, but that is very big in the middle. First,
Uh, the
first,
first. Yeah.
first computing devices.
The first computing devices.
What are the important words in that phrase?
The first computing devices. First.
Okay, maybe devices also.
Yeah, devices and first.
The first computing devices.
The first computing devices,
And what is the next phrase?
like like, like the abacus,
Okay, abacus, abacus,
abacus,
like the
abacus. The first time I see these words,
mhm,
abacus.
yeah, like the abacus. I don't know. For some reason, I thought that was an Arab invention.
Don't know.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT who invented the abacus, or maybe Chinese. Okay,
B, no,
so like the abacus.
like the abacus. Yeah.
All right, let's move on. So let's move on to the next phrase.
Okay. Were simple tools used for counting and adding numbers.
Okay, we're simple tools for counting and adding numbers. All right, ChatGPT.
Were simple tools.
Mhm. The the first abacus was Mesopotamia. Do you know where that is?
I heard this word, but I can't remember what it means.
That's like
It's,
that's like around Iraq, that area. The first civilizations. I think that isn't that around Iraq? And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so that's Mesopotamia. But then it says China, but then it says Egypt and Greece also. So I guess Egyptians used to use it, but they never show you that in school.
I don't know what that means in Arabic in my language. Because I don't know. I have to look it up.
Well,
Well, yeah, it's a type of games. We used to use it as a game as a player,
let's see.
but not as a computer to count on it. They could use it. Yeah, they could use it in the school to show the children how to count numbers.
Uh,
One and two, three.
it says El Midad. That's
And that,
maybe I'm not pronouncing it right.
oh,
I mean, I just asked ChatGPT. Let's see.
guess,
I'm going to
guess,
put. I don't know if it will copy
guess,
and paste Arabic. Oh yeah, it did.
guess.
Can you see? It's down here really small.
Was formed in ancient times. Okay.
Is that? Do you recognize that word?
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Al-Ma'dad means the numbers,
Okay.
to count numbers. That's what I said to you before. It's to
Uh,
count numbers.
yeah.
In Arabic, al-Ma'dad.
that's that's got that throat sound.
That's hard.
Mwah, that El Dad.
Al-Ma'dad, yeah.
Okay. So, but this is a Latin word, and so a lot of times, if you have a Latin word, when it becomes plural, it's pronounced I. So instead of abacus is singular, and then the plural is abacai.
Okay. Because
So can you read the next up to the word cause abacai to cases?
okay. So I'm lost. Uh, so where should I start?
Abacai.
Abikai were common thousands of years ago and are still used in some cases.
Hmm. Still, it
Yep.
still is that an important word? Still.
Still, yes,
Okay, still used.
still used then.
Abacai were common thousands of years ago and are still used in some cases.
Abikai were common thousand years ago and are still used in some cases.
Okay. Uh, let's read to number systems, but number systems.
Okay. But they became less useful after invention number systems.
Okay, after but they became less useful after the invention of number systems. Try to emphasize those words.
But okay, but they became less useful after the invention of number systems,
Okay, like the Arabic system.
like the Arabic system,
Okay, and then which read the next part.
which include zero algorithm,
Which
were also created.
mhm.
Sorry,
Go ahead. Read up to step by step.
okay, which include which includes zero algorithm, were also created to perform arithmetic operation step by step.
Okay, so can you say the word algorithm?
Algorithm, yeah.
Can you say thumb,
Thumb, algorithm,
rhythm?
rhythm, algorithm, rhythm, algorithm,
Where's the big sound? Algorithm,
algorithm, algorithm,
algorithm.
algorithm, yeah.
Okay, can you say arithmetic?
Arithmetic.
Do you know that word? Arithmetic.
Some type of numbers or calculation, like
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
can't I can't remember it in Arabic, but
I
I
just
came across this word.
I just think of it like math. It's the same thing as math to me.
Hmm.
So algorithms were also created to perform arithmetic operations step by step.
Algorithms were also created to perform arithmetic operations step by step.
Arithmetic, arithmetic.
Yeah, I still pronounce it wrong. Arithmetic, yeah.
Try it again. Algorithms.
Okay. Algorithm were also created to perform arithmetic operations step by step.
Arith-
Arithmetic,
Arithmetic.
arithmetic. Yeah, that's one you have to. Yeah.
Okay.
Arithmetic operations step by step.
All right. Uh, wait, let me. Okay. Let's. Can you read the final sentence?
We
Today's.
step by step. Today's computers use algorithms to handle billions of calculations per second.
Can you? How do you say the plural of algorithm?
Algorithm, algorithm,
Can you say im?
algorithms,
Can you say ums?
ims,
Ums?
ims, algorithm,
Say ums. Just say ums.
ims,
Thumbs.
ims,
Algorithms.
algorithms.
That was good. So today's computer. Try it again.
Today's computers use algorithms to handle billions of calculations per second.
Okay. All right, let's look at the next paragraph. Can you read the first sentence?
In the hundred,
In
in the 1600s,
in the six
or in 1600s,
that's right.
yeah, in the 1600s.
Hmm.
Okay, in the 1600s,
Hmm. Read up to
John Neighbors,
John Napier.
John Neighbor,
Napier.
Napier, John Napier, John Napier developed a logarithm
Okay.
which made
Do you know that? Do you know what that is? I still don't understand that. I looked it up at ChatGPT, but I don't know.
log
Logarithm. Uh, I've shown the example. That's
logarithm.
the best I can do, but
It's,
I can't.
I I think it's I think it's something like a calculus, if you get what I mean.
Uh huh. Okay, so it's beyond my brain.
It's a type of calculation, like uh, I can't remember what we call it in English. It's
Well, the definition it says is a logarithm is the power or exponent to which a base number must be raised to produce a given number. And then I don't, I'm really horrible with numbers and math, but uh,
it's
the like, it gives this example, but I don't really, I don't know. Does that make sense to you? You're a math guy. You're an accountant.
hey man, the last time I dealt with things like that, maybe 30 years.
Oh, okay. So never mind.
Yeah, 30 years ago. Never mind. It's like like 2 power 3, 5 power 6, something like that.
Mhm. But we can work on the pronunciation. That's the point. And it's like
Yeah,
algorithm.
that
The sound isn't.
algorithm.
Yeah, and this is logarithm.
Logarithm. Yeah.
Yeah, so the big sound is in the front. Algorithm, logarithm.
Logarithm.
Hmm.
Yeah, algorithm. Logarithm.
So in the 1600s, John Napier developed logarithms.
In the 1600s, John Napier developed logarithm,
Read the rest of the sentence.
which made calculation faster.
Which made calculations.
Which made calculations
Mm,
faster. Yeah.
okay. Read the next sentence.
Later, Charles Babbage, Babbage,
Babbage,
Babbage,
Bab,
Babbage,
Babbage.
Babbage, Babbage,
Mhm. Charles Babbage.
Babbage, Babbage. Okay, Charles Babbage invent the difference engine engine to automate calculation and to analytic engineering
Okay.
engine to analytical engine.
What does automate mean? What does that word automate mean?
If something means automate, it turn it to automatic.
Yeah, to make it automatic so that you don't have to do anything. It just happens. Okay. And so let's see. So Charles Babbage invented the difference engine. Difference engine. Which word is getting the
Difference difference engines.
difference engine?
Difference engine. Difference engine, yeah.
Okay, to automate calculations.
To automate calculations.
Now we have this word analytical,
Analytical, yeah.
analytical engine.
Analytical engine,
Okay. Read up to programming. So which to programming?
which include features like memory and programming.
Okay. Programming.
Programming.
Mm. Okay. Let's read the next sentence.
Okay. Ada Lovelace.
Lovelace.
Ada level
Lovelace.
Lovelace. Ada Lovelace
Hmm.
worked with Babbage Babbage to
Babbage. Babbage.
Babbage.
Hmm.
Babbage. Okay.
Ada
Babbage. It.
worked with
Babbage.
Babbage. Ada Lovelace worked with Babbage.
Ada Lovelace worked with Babbage
Uh-huh.
to create programs for the analytical engine.
Okay, which syllable has all of the sound in program? Program.
Pro program.
Program. The first one, first syllable. Program.
Pro, program. Yeah.
Mhm. To create programs for the analytical engine.
To create programs for analytical engine.
Okay. Uh, continue.
Okay, making her the first computer program in the late 1800s.
Okay.
Herman Hilo
Uh, making her the
making making her the
make,
making her the
making her the first computer programmer.
making her the first computer programmer.
So you hear so making is big, making, but her the is small.
Making
Making her the
making her the
first computer programmer.
first computer programmer.
Programmer or programmer? Which one is better?
Programmer.
Pro-
Programmer.
programmer. Okay. Herman Hollerith.
Okay. Herman Hallowers.
Hollerith. Hollerith.
Hello.
Ho-
Halorith, yeah.
uh-huh.
Halorith developed a punch card machine used in the U.S. Census.
What
Okay.
is? Do you know what a census is?
Census is when you calculate people's or the calculation of the population.
Mhm.
To count the population.
Right. Just counting how many people. Right.
Mm.
And what is the final part of that phrase?
Further advancing computer technology.
Okay. And this is the last paragraph. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
can you read up to common?
All right. By the 1900s, machines like calculators, typewriters become more common.
Okay. Calculator. Calculator. Where's all the sound in that word? Calculator.
Ca- calculator.
Okay. And when you say typewriter, which word gets all of the sound? Type or writer?
Type, type,
Typewriter.
typewriter,
Machines like calculator
typewriter.
typewriters. Machines like calculator
Mach-
typewriters
Machines like calculators and typewriters
became more common.
became more common.
Okay. Let's read up to appeared.
Okay. And in the 1940s, early computers like IBM's Harvard Mark I appeared.
Okay. Let's keep
Co-
going. Let's go. Let's read the next sentence.
Computer science become an academic field funded by the military for advanced uses.
Okay.
In the 19 sorry
So computer science became
mm,
academic field.
computer science became an academic field.
Academic. Academic.
Academic.
Where's the sound in there? Academic.
Academic.
All right. Computer science became an academic field.
Computer science became an academic field.
Okay. And what is the final part of that sentence?
Richard Bellman
No, funded.
invented
Read from funded.
yeah invented dynamic programming, a method to solve complex problems by breaking them into small parts.
Uh huh. Okay, just read the final sentence.
These inventions laid the foundation for modern computers and programming.
These inventions,
These these inventions, okay,
laid the
these
laid the foundation
laid laid the foundation
for modern computers and programming.
for modern computers and programming.
Programming or programming?
Programming.
Pro, pro.
Okay.
Gotta put that
Okay.
in the first part. Pro,
Okay.
program.
Okay. Programming. Programming. Okay.
Okay, well that was the end of the summary. So now what we'll do, I've got four words here. We've got phenomenon, pervasive, tally, and the phrasal verb narrow down.
Narrow down.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to disappear for a few minutes while I get definitions and example sentences, and then we'll practice these words, okay? Is that okay? Can you
Sure.
stay for a little while longer?
Jesus, sure.
Sure. Okay.
Take your time, mate.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go.
Sure. No way.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. You still there, Alex?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right, these are the vocabulary words that I picked out from the selection on computer science. Do you know the first word?
Mhm.
What is the first word?
Yeah, phenomenon.
Phenomenon. Have you seen that word before? It's pretty common.
Yes, yes,
Hard
yes.
to
It's
say.
normally when you describe it, people invented something or a new invention or something like that.
Okay, don't forget when you use a P, you have to push out a lot of air. People, people.
People, yeah, that's my mistake. My normal mistake, usual mistake. People, people.
Okay, you're right. So a phenomenon is like an event. It's like
Mm.
something that happens. Let's read the first example. Can you read it? What does it say?
A rainbow is a weather phenomenon caused by sunlight and rain.
Okay. Let's read up to the word phenomenon. Read that again.
A rainbow is a weather phenomenon.
Okay. And what are the important words in that phrase?
Uh, Rainbow,
Uh-huh.
uh, weather phenomenon.
Okay. Uh, now rainbow, that's two words, right? Rain, we know
Mhm.
rain. Bow, that could be like an arch shape. Uh,
Mhm.
so which word should get the emphasis?
Rain,
Rain, rainbow, rainbow,
rainbow, a
rain,
rainbow,
rainbow, like that. All right. And
rainbow.
the word weather, weather, which word, that's
Mhm.
two syllables. Which syllable has all of the sound?
Weather,
Weather, weather, weather.
weather.
Okay, now we've got this very tricky word here. How many syllables? Phenomenon. That's four syllables. Phenomenon.
Okay, yeah, phenomenon. Four, yeah.
Which syllable has all of the sound? Phenomenon.
Phenomenon,
Phenomenon. Phenomenon.
phenomenon.
Okay. So we've got a rainbow is a weather phenomenon.
A rainbow is a weather phenomenon
Okay. And then what are the final words in that phrase?
caused by sunlight and rain.
What are the important words in that phrase?
I would say caused sunlight and rain.
Okay. Now, sunlight, that's two words, sun and light.
Mhm.
So which word should get all of the sound?
Sun,
Sun. So because earlier you were saying sunlight, but really it's sunlight,
sunlight. Okay,
like sunlight.
sunlight.
Okay. All right. What was I going to? I thought I was going to. I had something to say and now I can't remember what it was. Okay, never mind. So is
It
a
will come back.
I hope so. A rainbow is a weather phenomenon caused by sunlight and rain.
A rainbow is the weather phenomenon caused by sunlight and rain.
Now I do remember. Okay. Uh, this word, can you say this word, Alex? I'm just writing it. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. Do you see that?
Yep.
How do you say that word?
Cause.
Okay. That's a weird, that's a kind of a hard sound for people learning English to produce, this weird vowel sound. But it's
Yeah.
three sounds. You've got three sounds in there.
Cause, yeah.
And the three sounds,
Because
go ahead.
it's ed add an extra sound.
No, not here. It does not add an extra sound here. Well, it doesn't add an extra syllable. That is an extra sound, but it doesn't add an extra syllable. So it's oh wait, I spelled it wrong.
Caused.
So it's three sounds. It's ko. There's a little kiss in the middle. Ko.
Caused.
You gotta.
Caused.
Yeah, it's like you give a kiss and then you take it back. Caused.
Caused.
Ca-
Caused.
Caused.
caused,
That
caused,
a little ah in the end would be good. Caused.
caused,
Oh, yeah, that was good. Okay. Caused by sunlight and rain.
caused by sunlight and rain.
A rainbow is a weather phenomenon caused by sunlight and rain.
A rainbow is the weather phenomenon caused by sunlight and rain.
Okay, good. Let's see. What kind of question could we ask with that? Weather phenomenon caused by uh, wind. Okay, ask rainbow caused by wind.
Is is the rainbow caused by
Wind.
by wind?
Okay, is a rainbow. Use weather phenomenon. Is a rainbow a weather
Is
phenomenon?
a rainbow is a rainbow a weather phenomenon caused by wind?
Okay, and how would you answer no to that question?
No, the rainbow is a weather phenomenon caused by sunlight and rain.
But could you make a negative sentence? No, not by wind.
No, no, the cause the rainbow isn't caused by the wind.
Okay. What is a how would you make a what question? What caused rainbow?
What what does no? What is I
Oh,
don't
what?
know.
Oh,
What is
uh,
what
this is hard, actually. What would you do?
what cause what cause? No, I don't know.
Uh, it would be what causes. This is a subject question, so it's a little bit
What
different,
cause?
a bit confusing. What causes a rainbow?
Oh yeah, what causes a rainbow? Yeah.
What causes a rainbow? What is the most important word in that question?
What
Okay.
what
It,
causes?
yeah. What causes a rainbow?
What causes a rainbow?
What is the answer?
The rainbow is the weather phenomenon caused by sunlight and rain.
Okay. All right. Let's move to the next word. Do you know this word? Pervasive. Have you seen that before? Pervasive.
Pervasive, yeah, pervasive.
You've seen that word before? That's a pretty fancy word. Pervasive.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like it's just like you can see it in many places or famous or a spirit or something like that.
Mhm. You're right. You're right. I was missing a T.
Mm.
Can you read the example? What is the example sentence?
He smelled the flowers
It should be
was perfa-
thus.
the smell. Okay, the smell of flowers was pervasive in the garden.
Okay, but don't when you say the P, don't forget to push out the
Pervasive, pervasive.
pervasive. Can
I just I'll tell you a secret.
what is
I try to avoid any word that was P because it's
because
per, yeah, pervasive,
pervasive. Just remember, you just have to practice
pervasive, pervasive,
pushing out the air.
pervasive.
That's good. So
Okay.
read up to the word was.
The smell of flowers was
Okay, what are the important words in that phrase?
smell flowers.
Okay, so smell, we that's just one syllable, that's easy. How
Smell,
about flower?
smell,
Flowers.
flowers.
Flowers. Where's the sound?
Flowers.
Flow, flow, flow. Okay. So it sounds like this. The big word, the big sounds are big, and all the other sounds are very small. The smell of flowers. The smell of flowers
The
was.
smell The smell of flower was.
Say it again.
The smell of flowers was
Okay. And then in the can you read the next phrase?
pervasive in
Pervasive.
the garden.
Okay. And
Pervasive, pervasive,
what are the important words in that phrase?
pervasive,
Okay, don't forget pervasive.
pervasive, pervasive
Okay, so pervasive, that's an important word. How about garden? Is that also an important word?
in the garden. Yeah, in the
Okay.
garden. Yeah.
Now in the word pervasive, where is all of the sound?
A pervasive.
They,
Oh,
per,
pervasive, pervasive,
pervasive in the.
pervasive in the
Don't forget to pervasive in the.
pervasive, pervasive in the
Okay, and what about garden? Where's all the sound in that word?
garden, garden, garden.
Garden. Okay, this is in the first part. Garden, garden, garden. So we have the smell of flowers was pervasive in the garden.
The smell of flowers was pervasive in the garden.
Puh, puh, puh.
Puh, puh.
Try that.
Okay. The smell of flowers were pervasive in the garden.
Okay, the smell of flowers was pervasive in the garden. Okay, let's add a
The
little.
smell of
What did you say?
yes. Just a minute, I repeat it up to you because it's still pervasive there.
Per-
This one it's
yeah,
pervasive, pervasive. Okay,
if you
one
pronounce
more.
it, you won't have a problem because you can pronounce it. I can hear you say it. You just forget.
Pervasive,
We have
pervasive.
the smell of flowers was pervasive in the garden.
The smell of flowers was pervasive in the garden.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Can you ask smell of trees pervasive in garden? Question.
Okay. Was the smell of trees was pervasive in the garden?
Okay, you made a little mistake. Can you try that again?
Was the smell of trees were pervasive in the garden?
Try that again one more time.
Were the smell of trees pervasive in the garden?
Well, smell. We're asking about smell. This is smell not as a verb but as a noun, and it's an it. It's not plural. So we're not talking about trees. We're actually talking about the smell of trees.
Oh, so, okay. So what's the smell?
Uh, you said that
What
the first time.
what the smell?
Go ahead.
What the smell of trees
Mm.
pervasive in the garden?
Puh, puh, puh.
Pervasive. Okay.
Try again.
Was the smell of trees pervasive in the garden?
Yeah, the original mistake you said was two times. You said was the smell of trees was pervasive. That was the mistake. Then I think you thought,
Okay.
oh, I
What the smell?
were no. So it was you were right when you said it was. You just said it two times. That's all. How would you answer no to
Okay.
the question? Was the smell of trees pervasive in the garden? No.
No, the smell of trees wasn't pervasive in the garden.
Okay. Can you make a what question? Or
What was pervasive?
what smell?
Hmm.
What smell?
What what smell was pervasive in the garden?
What smell was and what is your important word in that question?
What smell? What smell? What smell?
What smell? Maybe smell is bigger than what. What smell was
What
pervasive?
smell? What smell was pervasive in the garden?
Okay, and what is the answer?
The smell of flowers were pervasive in the garden.
Were or was?
Was
Tell me again.
the smell of flowers was
Okay, say the whole.
because we took we talk about the smell.
Yeah, we're talking about the smell. We're not talking about the flowers. It's the smell of flowers, not the flowers. So it's just
Okay.
is.
Okay. The smell of flowers was pervasive in the garden.
Okay. Do you know now? So if you're in accounting, probably you know this next word.
Mm.
Have you seen this word tally before?
Tally, yes.
Okay. Do you use that in your job, in your work? Do you talk about tallies?
Just I want to do something. I studied accountancy, but I don't work as accountant
Oh,
because
you
it's
study
not my
computer
thing yet.
science. You studied accounting. What didn't you study?
Oh Jesus! I studied like too many things. Too many things.
Okay.
Uh,
So
Tally, yeah.
tally means to add things up, to
Mhm.
up numbers, to add numbers together. That's all. And usually, when you're
It's
talking about
like
tally, you're talking about the result. Usually, the sum.
mm.
Okay.
It's what like telecom.
No, I think you're thinking of telecom, right?
Telecom, yeah, telecom, yeah,
Wait,
telecom.
you mean like this, right? Like, are you thinking of this word here that I just typed? Oh, can you see that?
Mhm.
Is that what you were thinking?
Telecom, yeah, telecom, yeah, telecom, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a different word. Tele, that means like transferring. That means like moving something from one
Okay.
to another. So telecommunications is like communications traveling through the air or through wires.
Mhm.
But tally is different, and they sound different. Wait, let's uh,
Tele,
tally.
tele, yeah.
Well, let's just get rid of this com part. Can you see the
Okay.
two words that I have written
Uh,
here?
yes.
Okay.
Tele, telecom,
Tele.
telecom.
Okay, number one is something that you will eat. It goes down.
Yeah,
It goes down your throat.
tele,
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 television,
tele, television,
telecom,
telecom, yeah,
telephone.
telephone, yeah,
Is that a
tele,
simple sound or is that a complicated sound? Tele.
tele,
It's very simple.
tele,
Very,
simple, yeah,
it's
short, short.
very simple and clean and not tele. It's not necessarily
Okay.
short, but it's clean. It's not dirty. Okay,
Tele, tele, yeah.
but
Mhm.
number two is dirty. It's got a lot.
Tally, yeah.
It's got a lot of sounds in there. Tally,
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 tally, tally,
tay.
tally, yeah.
Say tay,
Tea,
tally,
tally, tally,
tally. So number one is very clear,
tally, tally,
tella, but
tella, tally, yeah.
number
Tella, tally, yeah.
it's got a lot of dirty sounds in it.
Tally,
Tally,
tally, tally, yeah.
tally.
Tally.
So they sound different.
Yes.
Okay,
Thanks.
let's read number three. What does it say?
Okay. The company tallied its profit to the year
For the year. For the year.
for the year.
Mhm. What does that mean? The company tallied its profits for the year.
Added
Yeah, like they just added them up to see what it was. Okay. In the first phrase, the company tallied, which words are important?
company tallied.
Okay. And company, where's the sound in that word? Company.
Um, company.
Company. It's,
Um, com,
yeah.
company.
Okay. How about tallied? Where's the sound? Where's all the sound in that word?
Uh, Ali,
Tallied
Ali.
or tallied? Which one?
No, tallied.
Tallied. It's the first.
Did, yeah,
It's the first one.
tallied.
Okay. So we have the company tallied.
The company tallied
Okay. And then what is the final phrase of that sentence?
its profit for the year.
Okay. And what are the important words in that phrase?
Profit years.
Okay. Profit is two syllables. Which syllable has all of the sound? Profit.
Pro. Profit.
Pra. Pro,
Pro. Pro.
profit.
Profit.
Yeah, it's not pro, but pra. Profit.
Pro. Pro. Okay. Profit.
Mm. Profits. So those words are big. Those sounds are big, and the other sounds are small. Profits for the year.
Profit for the year.
The company tallied its profits for the year.
The company tallied its profits for the year.
Okay, and then we'll just make a little put a little music to this.
Okay.
We'll make all the big sounds high tones, except
Okay.
when we get to the end, we'll make that a low tone, and
Hallelujah.
we'll say like this: the company tallied its profits for the year.
The company tallied its profit for the year.
Okay, can you make a yes/no question, but instead of saying year
Mm,
for the month?
okay. Did the company tallied its profit for the month?
Okay, I think you made a mistake. Can you try that again?
Okay. Did the company tallied
No, that's wrong.
tally? No, tally. Sorry,
Okay,
tally. Sorry.
do it again.
I'm concentrating in pronunciation. So
That's
so
okay.
did the company tally the profits? It's a profit for the year for the month.
Okay. And what is the most important word in your question?
Did did
Oh,
the did the company did
did
the company
did
tally
did the company? Did the company? Did the company? Did the company?
did the company
Did the company tally its profits for the year?
did the company tally its profit for the year?
Oh, for the month. Sorry, it's supposed to be for the month.
Oh, sorry, for the month. Yeah.
Mhm.
Did the company tally its profit for the month?
And how would you answer no to that question?
No, no. The company tallied its profit for the year.
Okay, but give me a negative sentence. How will you say that in the negative? No, the company.
No, the company did not tally its profit for the year.
I think you made a mistake.
Tally.
Can you say that again?
Yes. No, the company did not tally its profit for the year,
Oh,
for the month.
uh, and then can you make a for what period question?
For how long did the company
Let's say
tally
let's say
it?
for what period?
For what period did the company tally its profit?
Okay, for what period did the company tally its profits?
For what period did the company tally its profit?
What are the most important words in that question?
For what? For what period?
Probably
For what period?
period would be an important word here.
Period.
For what period?
For what period?
For what period did the company tally its profits?
For what period did the company tally its profit?
Okay. And what is the answer?
The company tallied its profit for a year.
For the
For the year.
year. Okay. All right. Now we've got our final word for today, which is narrow down. That's a phrasal verb.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess what that
Mm-hmm.
verb means to narrow something down?
I don't have to guess it because I know it.
Oh, you know it? What does
Yeah, it's in the it's in the computer as well. To narrow down something to
Mhm.
just to count to just to like to reduce the things to be a bit smaller.
Yeah,
To be like your options getting smaller, your numbers getting smaller.
yeah, to reduce your
Like
or to reduce the possibilities
like
to something more manageable.
like yeah like you trim something if you get me.
I'm sorry, you train what?
Trim means it
Trim.
make it
Oh,
less
yeah.
inside. Trim, yeah.
You can also say trim down. That means something a little bit different.
Trim down.
Or they actually that was not in the book, but they were describing how I don't know, like a search function works, and they were saying, well, the way that the algorithm for a search function works is it divides by half, and then it divides by half again. And I just thought, well, this is a good way to use narrow down. It narrows down the option. Okay.
Mhm.
Can you read the sentence? What does it say?
You need to narrow down the list of candidates for the job. Yeah.
And what does that mean? What does that sentence mean?
You need, like, when, like, you need to come down to the right figures or the right numbers. We don't have to look to the whole list, just to
Yeah.
know the people suit for the job or the.
People,
Oh
people,
yeah, again, I know. Again, people. Yeah.
people.
People.
Yeah, so maybe you have
People. Yeah.
20 candidates and they say, well, that's too many candidates. Let's just find five. You narrow the candidates down to five. So it means make it smaller. Make that big group smaller.
Yep.
Okay. So is that a literal phrasal verb, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think you could look at those words and understand the meaning of narrow down.
Yeah. You can easily guess the meaning. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You can
So
easily
so which word should we emphasize? Narrow or down?
narrow.
No, no. If it's literal, then you want.
Oh, so yeah. Later that the second, the same mistake.
Mhm.
Same
Yeah.
mistake.
If it's literal, you want to emphasize the second word or the
The
final.
second one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same
Uh,
mistake.
so can you read up to list of?
Okay. We need to narrow down the list.
Okay. And are there any other important words in that phrase besides down?
Need. We need to narrow down.
Okay. How about list? Is list an important word?
Yeah, the list. Yeah.
Okay. So we've got we need to narrow down the list.
We need to narrow down the list.
We need to narrow down the list of.
We need to narrow down the list
Okay. And what are the final words of that phrase?
of candidates for the job.
Okay. And what are the important words in that phrase?
Candidate job.
Okay. And where's the sound? Where's the big sound in the word candidates?
Candidate. Candidates. And can.
Can. Can. Not dates.
Uh, candidates.
Candidates. Candidates like that.
Candidates.
Okay.
Candidates.
So
Okay.
we need to narrow down the list of candidates for the job.
We need to narrow down the list of candidates for the job.
Okay. And okay, let's add a little bit of music. So we'll make all of our
Uh-huh.
important sounds into a high tone.
Uh-huh.
And then when we get to the end, we'll make that a lower tone. So it should sound something like, we need to narrow down the list of candidates for the job.
We need to narrow down the list of candidates for the job.
Okay. What kind of question can we make with that? Make a why question.
What
Go ahead.
why do we need to narrow down the list of candidates?
Okay, say that again.
Why do we need
Uh-huh.
to narrow down the list of
And
candidates?
what is the important word in your question?
Why do we?
Why do we? Why do we? Why do we need to?
Why do we need to?
Why do we need to narrow down?
Why do we need to narrow down?
Why do we need to narrow down the list?
Why do we need to narrow down the list?
Why do we need to narrow down the list of candidates?
Why do we need to narrow down the list of candidates?
Okay. Let's say because we have too many.
Okay, we need to narrow down the list of candidates because we have so many.
Okay, but now you notice that when you say we need to, is that word to important?
Need to. No,
No?
to.
Okay. So it sounds
Hmm?
like need to, need to, need to.
Ito, ito.
Okay,
You need to.
but
Ito. Yeah.
but the word too, Too, as in too many, that's always important. That's always emphasized. So it never sounds like to. It always sounds like too. Too
Okay.
many. Too many can.
Too too many candidates.
So
Okay.
you have nita, that's one two. Nita.
Nita.
Okay,
Nita.
but then
Too many candidates.
too
Okay.
many. That's always big. That Too is
Mm,
always a big sound.
okay.
We need to narrow down the list of candidates because there are too many applicants.
We need to narrow down the list of candidates because we have too many candidates.
That's right.
Applicants.
Applicants. Yeah, candidates,
Applicant.
whatever.
Applicants. Mm.
Okay, well, I think we're going to finish here for today. I might be back later on tonight. I don't know. I'm sorry I haven't been. I've been
Yeah,
electrical and internet problems. It's been crazy this week because of the weather.
that's
But
that's understandable, man. Are they going to be the same time, like?
maybe we have to see. I'm not sure about tonight, but if I do it, I'll put something up very soon. I'll put up the video. Okay, so that.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for participating, and anybody else who wants to join in, there's a link in the Discord, and you can always join in and practice with me. And we'll be back later with more English practice. Okay.
Thanks, sir. Thanks. Can't thank you enough.
Thank
Thank you.
you for participating. Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye bye.